Well, former President Trump is coming to Freeland tomorrow, where he will hold a rally at MBS Airport.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to speak with the former president this morning before he went back to trial. Now, we had some technical issues out of Trump Tower with audio, but here's what I had a chance to ask him. I started by asking Mr. Trump about his visit to Freeland and how President Biden was in Saginaw last month, an indication that both seem to think the mid-Michigan area is crucial to winning Michigan.
Well, it is very important. It's Michigan. It's a great place. I have many friends there, and I also have a lot of auto workers that I'm taking care of because the government that we have, Joe Biden, crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in history, has destroyed the auto business. Within 3 years, you're not going to have an auto business. You won't even have a union because the jobs are all moving to Mexico. China's building massive auto plants in Mexico, and Biden's done nothing about it because he gets paid off by China. How can he do anything? He's like a Manchurian candidate. And also building them in China and other countries. So you're not going to have an auto industry at all. You have the head of the United Auto Workers, who's a fool. He's agreed to this EV mandate, which means all cars have to be built in China because we don't have the material for them, and they're very expensive. I mean, they're going to cost too much, but they're going to all be built in China. They don't go far. People aren't wanting them. It's a very sad situation that's happening in Michigan, and I stopped it. There was nobody going. They were not leaving Michigan. Now you have massive plants being built right now, as we speak, the biggest plants in the world being built in Mexico near our border, and they think they're going to make cars and they're going to sell them into the United States. They'll have a tariff so large that it won't work if I'm president.
I interjected that the auto industry may have different thoughts on his views. I mentioned that the fundamentals of the economy right now are strong, with unemployment at record lows, the stock market and 401ks doing well, something Trump boasted about when he was president.
Well, first of all, let me just tell you, the stock market's high. Many analysts have said that because they think I'm going to win. I'm leading in every poll. I'm leading big in Michigan, too, by the way. I think because of the autos. I think because of a lot of things, economic development and inflation. But if you take a look, a lot of people say that the stock market's artificially high because they think Trump is going to get elected. You know, we're talking about 6 months from now. It's pretty short in terms of stock market time. But what you have to do is you have to get inflation down. We have the worst inflation we've had in 70 years. People can't buy groceries. They can't buy gasoline. You see gasoline's going way up again. I don't know if you've been watching. It's over $7 a gallon now.
Mr. Trump,
over $7.
I told Trump the most recent poll has him at a 1-point lead in Michigan. I asked about the revelation from a hearing in the Michigan fake elector investigation that he's been named as an unindicted co-conspirator.
I don't know anything about it. I've heard they're doing that. The Democrats do that all over the place. I haven't seen that, but I know you have a lot of good patriots involved, and all they want to do is have fair elections. The last election was not a fair election at all, and the Democrats go after Republicans. I'm not aware of it.
And that wrapped up that short interview. You can count on ABC 12 News for coverage of former President Trump's visit to mid-Michigan. He's scheduled to speak at MBS International Airport in Freeland. Now, the last time Trump visited Michigan was at the beginning of this month. He talked in Grand Rapids about what his campaign calls Biden's border bloodbath. ABC News polls currently show Trump and President Biden are essentially tied in the 2024 presidential race.